last match of the day, best of 5. Who's getting the last spot into the RLCS for Season 4 European League play? We're about to find out. It's either AERIALITY or Leftovers with the commentaries. It'll be Wave Punk and Final Carpet.
I don't know where Gibbs gets off talking about things. Gibbs 0-0. Everybody forgets that he's got like these random characters on the end of his name.
It's a silent 0-0.
The 0-0 is silent.
I think where you messed up, the capital E at the end of Flame, it's in the eyes. You go like Flame. You're just supposed to like, you really live up the name. It's like Flame.
Oh, Flame.
Yeah. So the capital E is to emphasize the rest of your body, not the words.
How much you want to bet like Flame is like a movie announcer or something? Like that's like his job. Is his normal job.
He's just, that's his name.
And so every time like, hey, what's your name? He's like, Flame. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if I'd feel comfortable telling people that my name is Flame.
Flame. I think if I could say it that epically where people just don't question it, I'd be okay with it.
So this game's all in the Leftovers to lose.
It's the Leftovers and AERIALITY. Both had an opportunity to make it in earlier, and neither one made it all the way. So, can they do it here? Which one makes it in the RLCS, and which one of these former RLCS teams? Both these teams have been in the RLCS. Only one of them is going to make it there again.
And for those of you that weren't watching earlier, the Leftovers got beat by the player that they kicked off. Get knocked down to the lowers.
Hey, how much you want to bet like Snaski's like, are you guys still talking about this? That was painful enough. He's not even on the pitch anymore. Please stop talking about Farah. Jeez.
I mean, it's a pretty big deal. And now here they are, having to play just one more game to try and make it to the RLCS.
If they lose here, they will drop out. And you know AERIALITY knows this too. They know they want that so badly, and they'd love to take it away from the Leftovers. A team I think was basically on everybody's top 8, now having to play to be in the top 8. In the first few seconds of the game, going to just kind of go back and forth here. Both teams pushing it down, but running into defense on both sides. And now Sicky with an opportunity. Timmy will shut it down, put it into the corner. Snaski onto the backboard. Tylacto's there. No inbound shooter from the Leftovers. They'll transition down. Flame with a shot towards the net. Blocked by Sicky, sent up high. And Continuum will try to keep this pressure on AERIALITY, looking to be the first to strike.
At the moment, this looks and feels like a mirror match. They're both doing the same exact thing, waiting for that perfect moment to try and come out of defense, going for a single passing play to the midfield. Now they're trying to see exactly how their opponents react, where they can find the holes, and if they can break the defense, and how they're going to try and continue on the rest of the series.
Snaski looked to play it off the wall, but Flame was there. Now Maestro up into the corner. Continuum with an excellent read will drop it down, but there's no follow-up, and Snaski picks it up. Tylacto tried to block in net. Seems like both sides are kind of committing like one into the opponent territory at a time, never sending two, and the lack of follow-up is just removing any possibility. Sicky, you can see him just like timidly crawling in to the half, but he didn't even make a move until Maestro backed off, and then at that point, ball control was in AERIALITY's favor. Sicky now airborne. Dropping this towards the net. Tries to drop it through. Got it off the wall. Look at Sicky go.
Maestro landing on their corner boost I thought would play a bigger feet into this play, but it didn't seem to matter. Sicky immediately trying to come off the wall for this. Dunked that right over Tylacto, who just took a bit too long to react. He was waiting for it to come off that side wall. He figured he had time, but Sicky's a bit too quick for his eyes. Probably off camera as well, so he wasn't really noticing that Sicky was coming for that.
3:01 left to go. Took 2 minutes to score. Tylacto off the kickoff. What, Sicky didn't block this?
Nearly immediately, they have a response to keep themselves in this game. Tylacto right off that sidewall, and Sicky,
it still looks like he touched it. He missed a touch on the backside, kind of pinched it against the crossbar.
That looked weird.
That was rough for him, and we will have a tie game immediately. Excellent work-off kickoff from AERIALITY.
I wonder what all chat looks like right now.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Oh, Tylacto.
Oh, Flame had an excellent shot as well, but blocked out by the Leftovers. They'll keep this tied up. Now Sicky in the midfield. What a play. Nearly got them both. But Tylacto does come out with ball control. Flame puts it into the corner. Continuum lurks at the midfield line. Let's Snaski play it over the top. Tylacto in the corner. Try and play this down.
I like how slowly he played that, baiting Maestro to come in, knowing that Maestro originally tried to play it safe and stay back. But once he noticed he wasn't contesting, he's like, no, you're still going to come contest me. Don't you think you're getting away with this, Maestro?
Snaski moving this down. Sicky in the midfield. Tylacto just gets it past both of them, and Maestro was way up to the side, so Snaski has to fall all the way back in the net. Continuum looked for the soft drop, but didn't find it. Flame keeps that pressure on. Tylacto lurking in midfield, hanging back. Just watching for a moment of opportunity. Put it onto the backboard, didn't find it there. Continuum, what a turn. He's got Flame moving up, just tries to kill it, see if he can kind of get the pseudo back pass. Snasky plays this across the net. 1:43 left to go. Still tied up at 1 apiece. Continuum now. Back in the middle. Flame and Snasky, the 50-50. Neutral off to the side. Maestro doesn't like the read opportunity, so he'll fall back a bit and go for a later one. Puts it back into the corner, and here comes Sicky up the mid. But again, respecting the positioning of Flame, he'll fall back and look for the clear, for the read, instead of the contest.
Centering it without really a purpose. Not really usually like the leftovers. We just saw them put it to the middle, and then their teammate just kind of drop back instead, allowing them to get the hard clear.
Snasky puts it on the wall, Flame to the corner. Now down to the final minute here of game number 1. Still tied up at 1 apiece. An excellent goal from Sicky, and then a quick kickoff retaliation, as I said, a tie game. Sicky with another shot, baited up 2 defenders. Here comes Snasky, an opportunity to get the lead, but Tylacto finds his grounding on the wall and pops off, keeping us tied up here. And now looking for that transition down. Snasky will find Sicky on the wall. They'll be able to move it to the corner and onto the backboard. You could possibly find Maestro, but Continuum just shuts down any pass attempt and wraps in front of the net. There's no pressure, and Flame will get the clear. Final 30 seconds here, and it's still tied up, getting into golden goal territory.
The defense from AERIALITY has been so quick as well. 5 shots for leftovers, but only needing 2 saves for AERIALITY. They have been stifling a lot of them early on as well at that midfield or at that quarter field spot, really making sure those shots don't actually come anywhere near the net.
Sicky out to Maestro. They can keep this alive as long as it stays up. Neither player will touch it. We'll have overtime in game number 1.
I mean, I really think the nerves are settling in. Both seem to be playing really, really safe. They're not overcommitting for anything, which is usually where we see the first few goals going in. A team trying to commit a bit too hard on some fun stuff and then realizing they need to slow it down. But we're seeing kind of the opposite here. No one's really wanting to commit to anything.
Snasky gets a demolition in net, but Continuum just holds onto the ball, bouncing it on his hood a few times to keep it away from Sicky, and he won't be able to shoot at the open net. Now Maestro will take a shot down the field, blocked by Flame, sent away. Tylacto able to drop this one for Continuum, takes a shot towards the net, sent away by Snasky.
You made a joke that Flame probably some sort of...
Oh, they put it through 3 defenders there. The quick pass in, and Tylacto gets a second goal of the game to give the win to AERIALITY.
And there it is, just one hard, quick pass to the middle. Maestro and Snasky both caught on the back wall. Sicky trying to come from the far post, and Tylacto finds a place to thread that needle. And he will put that overtime goal in AERIALITY. Get the first win. Actually, I don't even... What did the devs predict? They predicted leftovers.
I think they all predicted leftovers. Yeah. But let's be honest, today has been a day of failed predictions and upsets galore. It's the leftovers right now. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an interesting one. We've had basically sweeps, except for all from one series this season have had, or this today have been a sweep. That sentence was just a massive tumble down a hill. But AERIALITY gets the win here in game number 1. Leftovers are going to have to force at least game 4 if they want to get the victory here. And they were, I don't want to say it again, but they were the reverse sweep squad last season. They could do it again here if AERIALITY gets the win.
I think we've gotten yelled at a few times for
people have been like, stop saying that. But
stop talking about reverse sweeps.
Can't, just what happened.
They're
I'm sorry.
Either way. Either they don't happen and we're wrong, or they happen and we're super right and it's really cool.
So I just, no, well, no. Okay, if AERIALITY gets the win, no, never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say I cursed it, but
11 shots for AERIALITY, only 6 for the leftovers. They were just super quick to give up possession. It was just that kind of situation where you take a shot. I don't really want to go for that. It's a little risky. Just drop back. And I think that's what's biting them right now. And I was going to say quick, you said Flame, or was it probably some kind of announcer?
Movie announcer or something,
some sort of movie announcer. I think Tylacto's definitely an evil villain. Most definitely. If that is his birth name, he's Tylacto.
He's sitting in his chair with a controller and a cat. Petting the cat with one hand, holding the controller in the other. Like,
Tylacto. Beware!
I bet you're wondering why I asked you here today. We'll see. Can AERIALITY finish off game number 2 here? And the thing was, the only goal we saw scored by the leftovers in game number 1 was a nice clutch 1v1 solo play by Sicky. The team play is just not working right now for the leftovers. See if they can put together a bit of more small ball. Flame to flick it over the top of one. Maestro now in net, the pass to Continuum. Interrupted by Maestro. Well done by the veteran player there to get in between that passing lane. Very small pass there. Maestro's got to play this. What a backflip. The bicycle kick to send it away. Very difficult play to get, and he not only did he get the save, but he got the clear too. Now Snasky to drop this one down, and Tylacto gets the clear away. Both teams with opportunities, but will stay scoreless in game 2.
And again, you see the leftovers going up with some sort of shot opportunity and then just giving it up immediately. Granted, Sicky did find himself on the wrong side of the ball, so they didn't want to overcommit, but still, something that I feel like is going to kind of curse them if they don't change that.
Maestro to move this one down the field. Flame hangs in the backfield. No, slow this one down. Goes for the 50-50. Gets it very neutrally, but now a 1v2. And Continuum wins it out past both Snasky and Maestro. Flame with a nice push off the wall on the ball to fall on his hood to try and get some extra speed, but Sicky had the read. Now both Sicky and Maestro right on top of each other. They didn't realize each other was there, and Flame will be able to clear that one away, and it'll just be Snasky who's grounded in the back. Gets a soft clear, but Maestro picks it up before anyone from AERIALITY can move in. And it'll be Flame down the field. Tylacto to move around off the touch from Sicky. Continuum onto the backboard. Flame sits at midfield, watching for the moment of opportunity. There's Tylacto. Pick it up with the back pass to Continuum.
I think he needed a little bit of help with that one.
Yeah, I think it was, he didn't quite get the full back pass. Continuum's like, I'll meet you halfway.
Uh-oh.
It's a bit of a double commit, but so much space. We talked about it. It was in the beginning of this series or the last series. Players not spending, very rarely are we seeing 2 players up on offense for the leftovers right now.
They just don't, it's like they're afraid of like committing for a ball and trying to contest it. A lot of these balls are going uncontested, which is just kind of rare, especially in the current meta of Rocket League. Most people just play super fast and try and contest everything. Ooh, Tylacto just getting there in time.
Getting that away, going for the boomer at midfield. The boomer style of just shooting from your own half and trying to get it all the way into the goal works really well on a team that's committing heavily, but even there, where you saw 3 players retreating, Tylacto was so far back, he had a lot of time to read that and no follow-up pressure to make him miss. So we'll stay scoreless as we've crossed halftime here in game number 2. Flame to put it down. Tylacto to back off a bit. They'll try to meet Maestro here. The 50-50 drop straight down. Sicky's there first. Now he and Maestro both up, but Maestro's wanting to fall back. Slow on boost. He'll swap with Sicky, and now Snasky's up as well. 3 players in the blue technically here for the leftovers as Maestro lurks at midfield. He'll go up and try to take a shot, but it's wide. And the accuracy from Maestro really has not been there all day. Sicky to play it away. Gets a pass 2. Continuum was in the way, but Maestro with another opportunity. This one finally goes in. And it was mostly Sicky on this play. He got it past Tylacto here and then forces Continuum to contest. Leaves the net wide open for Maestro on the wide rotation from AERIALITY.
And there it is on the contest. Sometimes you just want to dedicate for them because you are pulling that defender out. And I think it's easy to forget as a player that what your presence alone can affect how a team plays. A lot of these players are relying on either hearing that they're being contested by their teammate telling them or by listening for boost. So a lot of times when they hear that boost, they're like, oh, I need to get to this quicker. But when they hear nothing and their teammate's telling them they're clean, they're going to spend all the time in the world to get the perfect touch they need. So I feel like maybe both the team could try and just get a little bit more in the way. Like right there, you saw Maestro contesting that, force them to get it clear.
But now the 1v2, Snasky, an excellent save to send that away. All the way back out to midfield and force AERIALITY to reconvene on the offense. Final minute, down by 1. They got the lead, they got the win in game number 1. But a loss here would tie up the series as leftovers be able to take game 2. 45 seconds left for AERIALITY to work with. Maestro, pass 1, Continuum down into the corner. This one to pinch back and in front of the nets. Continuum goes for the bump on Sicky and gets bumped himself instead. This one making the whole run of the field. Can Maestro get there? Sends the shot towards the net, but Flame in the way no matter what. Sends it out and now has the play into the middle. Can Continuum drop this through? It's right in front of Flame. He'll put it in and we got a tie game.
That was actually a really nice counterattack. This looked so pretty. Flame contesting that through, and actually that was an orange trail, so that was hit by a player from the leftovers. But that drop from Continuum, just being able, that's such a heads-up play right there.
Yeah, to realize I don't really have a good shot. Let's enable Flame to tie up this game. Solid kickoff from both teams there. Going to be one out by AERIALITY in the long run, but Maestro not going to be able to be contested by Continuum. This will end up in the corner. Tylacto's got his work cut out for him. He'll put it away, and Sicky takes a follow-up, but Continuum is there to send it back away. Final countdown, tied up at 1 apiece. They don't score here. We'll be going to overtime. This one drops down. Next goal wins. Can it happen right now, or will we see overtime in game 2? We certainly will. AERIALITY, one more goal would put them up 2 games. Leftovers looking to tie it up at 1 apiece.
7 shots to 8. 7 for Leftovers, 8 for AERIALITY. So they seem to be a little closer right now. 1 goal apiece. It's at 5 to 6 saves. They're nearly identical right now. Both shots have an assist as well, or both goals have an assist.
Tylacto's there, puts it through. Snasky could not get the block on the wall, and that's AERIALITY up by 2 games.
Sicky going all the way mid for boost, and that's a decision that you have to make on the fly, and he made the wrong one. Do you go for the boost pads and try and turn around, since again, you can make everywhere net with no boost, and with a little boost, you can get there that much quicker. He went all the way out, which then forced Sicky, or was it Snasky on the?
Snasky was on the wall.
Snasky on the wall. I mean, yes, he should have done that, but there also should have been somebody back. I mean, if that's how AERIALITY is going to do it now, that is 2 games for them.
Yeah, they are up by 2 now. We can take a look at how that final goal panned out. You can see that corner boost already gone, and Snasky caught between, do I defend or do I go for the boost? The indecision gives to Continuum all the room, and that boost was originally gone because of the way this kickoff started. Tylacto off the kickoff went and stole that boost, and then had a beautiful zone right in front of the net. I thought the kickoff goal would have gone in there from AERIALITY as they took a shot down the field.
Yeah.
Tylacto zones out both goalies, but they get that block. But being low on boost in the end works out for AERIALITY here. They are up 2 games over the Leftovers. And I'm not going to – you guys know where I'm going with that one. We'll see if the Leftovers can do their thing.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, that pass from Continuum, he had to do it quick because Sicky was on his way, blaring back, full boost. So he had to get there quick. He found that sweet spot, that beautiful, beautiful sweet spot in the top corner of the map that just sends it right back down at full force. Yeah. And his teammate was able to follow suit. But again, pretty much a mirror match. They're both playing safe and identically, just going for a couple of shots. When they realize it's risky, they all just kind of pull out and play some defense, knowing the other team's kind of doing the same. I think the first team of these 2 that just really ramps it up and says, screw it, we're just going to go for it, is going to really catch the other one off guard.
I think that definitely would help if they were able to just put on some extra aggression that might give them an early advantage. The interesting thing is that, like, from a team like AERIALITY that I haven't been hearing that much of over this summer and over the last year or so, the sort of inaccuracy we've been seeing of creating shots but not being able to put meaningful shots on net, I expect that from them. I do not expect that from the team of Maestro, Sicky, and Snasky. These guys, I have not been impressed by the shots that they've been making. They really got their work cut out for them. They got to win 3 straight. They want to get the victory, and they want to qualify for RLCS right now. AERIALITY's playing like a team that wants it more. Flames got it in front of the net. Tylacto just goes a bit underneath the ball, but Continuum's in as well, blocked away, and that one will go unanswered.
That was actually a really smart touch by him. Continuum putting it to the corner, so they didn't have a hard clear. So their counterattack got stifled.
And they're able to keep it going here. The ball's staying in the orange. Some sloppy defense, but good enough right now for Leftovers as they've kept AERIALITY from scoring. Continuing to pitch this one high. Tylacto looks for the shot, possibly off of Snasky's touch. He's now airborne and bumps Snasky, who will be a bit loose, but he grounds himself on the wall, picks up that midfield boost, and now he's a legitimate threat here in the blue. Puts it into the box. Flame gets there again. The fear of committing 2 players on the offense for Leftovers hurting what was a really good start for the 1 position. 3:44 left to go. Flame in the air over the top of Sicky. Continuum with an opportunity to pass to Tylacto. He gets it out to him, and he drops it towards the net. Snasky patiently waits it out. Continuum gets bumped, but Flame comes in looking for the fake on Sicky. It's not going to happen. Snasky will find Sicky on the wall. Maestro has to come in from far in the back, but he wins the 50-50. Continuum will just try to reverse the angle of rotation and put it back into the corner.
He might have won the 50-50, but no one was there to follow it up.
Yep. It's constantly that pressure. Both of his teammates were actually kind of in the back corner. I think they probably were both getting boost too. So just by pushing it into enemy territory, you're buying time for them to get boost. Works out, but they're just not finding any real semblance of offense at the moment. There's 0 shots for the Leftovers right now. Tylacto to move this one down. Sicky to take the play to the side. And approaching halftime right now, neither team having scored. First game was a little bit more aggressive, but since then, it's been a pretty low-scoring game. Both teams playing that slow, methodical game, playing defensively, not wanting to make mistakes, opting for the 1-2, the 1 up on offense and the 2 back on defense. Tylacto down the field, continuum. And we'll send it off the backboard. Tylacto off the backboard once more. Can he get the bump on Maestro and Net? He looks for the zone, but Snasky had him helped out in the midfield, zoning out the shooter. We crossed halftime and is still scoreless here in game 3.
We saw Siki going up for that cheating position, but he went all the way across, even on a really nice, gentle loft, knowing it was going to get interrupted. So I'm really curious to know where they're thinking about how they're trying to position. But in the meantime, AERIALITY's just trying their best to push it back in their half as much as possible, take a couple of shots they can, and then relieving the pressure.
Snasky and Siki in the back, Maestro out in the 1. Flame trying to move this one through and see if we get a demo on the Snasky. Continuum sets this one up, but Tylacto sees the defense, hangs back, allow Flames to move up. Excellent positioning there and awareness from the entire AERIALITY roster to keep this offensive going. But now Tylacto and Continuum both committed in the corner. Snasky will be able to move this one down. Could be a 1v2, but Flames there, sends it back into the box. They'll have to clear again. Tylacto onto the wall, sets it out for Continuum, but Snasky's there first. It goes towards the net. Flame airborne into the corner, but Snasky could keep this going. The touch is not really there, and Tylacto will be able to keep it at midfield. Continuum misses off the touch from Siki. Played in the corner, looking for Maestro in the mid. The shot towards the net, it bounces off. No! The own goal comes back, the curse from the whole day, and that's AERIALITY down as the leftovers will score.
Are we the curse?
Maybe it's just you and me.
Are we the own goal curse?
I don't know.
That was the closest I've seen two people being on an attack in a while in this series, and it resulted in something. Maestro was right there following Siki.
Yep. And God, you're talking about the inaccuracy there. Like, you could not come closer to making a goal and still miss.
Yep.
Than the touch that Maestro just made, and he's lucky the AERIALITY player was right there in front of the net, and now the leftovers, with what feels like the first time they've had the lead since the very beginning of game 1, can they hold on to it here and force game 4? We've only had one game 4 all day. They don't need just game 4, they need game 5 to make it to RLCS. 38 seconds left for AERIALITY to tie it up. Snasky with a nice touch down the field. Flame with a solid clear back. Snasky now towards an open net. Maestro's there to put pressure on, but Continuum gets the save before getting demolished. Final 20 seconds of game 3. Siki puts it high. Tylacto with the read over to the side. Maestro downfield. It's just Continuum in the back right now. Little pinch across the net and a final countdown. The leftovers finally have a lead. That could result in a win. Flame over the top. Tylacto's in a good position to put it towards the box. Can they keep it up? Flame keeps it alive. Does Continue to have boost is the question. He's the only one alive down there. No, doesn't matter. Leftovers take game 3, and we'll go to game 4.
And just take a look at the stats the moment they pop up. Just look at, again, how even and close they are. 5 shots apiece, 6 saves to 2 saves are the biggest difference. And then, of course, the goal and the assist, which that one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, 5 shots apiece. It's 10 shots total in a game. Do you know what we just saw last series? One team putting up 15 in a single game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's been 15 shots yet.
Yeah, these guys, a very, very slow, methodical game here. The 4 saves from Siki really making a difference. It did feel like AERIALITY had some really decent offensive pushes there, but countered this time with the leftovers, and they finally made it work on a team play in enemy territory, hunkering down on the defense, finally making it work on the offense. It's what it takes to win the games here. They're going to have to do it 2 more times.
Will they live up to their legacy, though? Leftovers now have to win 2 more still. They want to try and get that reverse sweep that we talk about them doing so often, or will they kind of live up more to their name?
You just cursed them. It's not going to happen now. You said the word reverse sweep.
No, that's not how it works.
I think it's how it works, man.
That's not at all how it works.
Every time we've said a reverse sweep, it hasn't happened.
That is actually a lie.
Today and yesterday.
I don't care about today and yesterday. Every other time.
Our house is burned down.
What does it matter?
Who even knows what's happening at this point? Game 4 inbound. Second game 4 of the day. It's been sweeps all over, but the leftovers finally making a series out of it here with AERIALITY. And everybody was expecting, like I said earlier, everybody had the leftovers in their top 8. And now they are 1 game away from being eliminated, but they were 1 game away last game 2, and they found a way to win. The resilience of these professional players. Can they do it for 2 more games? Or does AERIALITY send them down to the rival series? Find out here about 5 minutes. Siki looking for Maestro again. Can he drop this one through? Tylacto carries it across. Snasky's there, puts it through. Hey, 3 players up on offense here. They'll put that one in. and we've got a ball game.
Immediately resulting. Both those touches from Siki and Maestro were actually incredible. I cannot believe Maestro was able to get the angle and the height on that, given where he was coming from. Siki putting the pressure on that touch out to him was pretty nuts, and then Snaski's there to save the day, make sure it goes in. What, within 15 seconds they do a team play, and it immediately crushes AERIALITY's defense.
Lacto over to the side, Flame to follow up. The leftovers might have finally found a way through AERIALITY. They're gonna have to keep it up here for 2 games. But they're able to do it. They will qualify for RLCS a 2nd season in a row. Snaski looking for Siki upfield. Shut down by Continuum, but they need a follow-up here. Snaski over the top of him is Flame. Maestro on the side will try to buy time. He gets Snaski enough time to get back. Now, moving into 1 position, he'll take the midfield boost and see if he can get a counter, but Tylacto over the top. Snaski back into the corner. Flame does not get solid contact. Continuum now to follow this one off of his own touch into the corner. He's demolished in enemy territory, but that just means Flame and Tylacto can be more aggressive. I know Continuum responding behind them. Tylacto gets that one through. Maestro now all the way back.
Fine time for his team, letting them get some boost.
Snaski, a shot towards the net, open goal, nobody's there. The boomer from midfield. The inaccuracy was hurting them early on, but here, Snaski snipes it in.
Excuse me? Tylacto went for side boost this time. I guess they've each pulled this off once, where they go for side boost. And that's, so it started with a hard clear from Maestro all the way to the back. And in a situation like that, especially if you know that you're recovering as a team, you probably don't want to clear right back out to middle, because then you're giving someone like Snaski a beautiful shot. So his best bet would have probably been to trap it and try and stay behind it, just to legitimately cut off at least 1 to 2 touches worth of shots.
Continuum to Tylacto. Now Maestro and Siki in enemy territory. Flame gets a block. Continuum drops it to Flame. An opportunity, the boomer towards the net, and Snaski gets the save. Awareness of where the shot was going to be coming from and where it was going to be going. He's able to get that save. Now the ball backing into the corner. Snaski's there. And as this series has gone on, I think particularly Snaski and Maestro have been playing better and better. More clean touches, more clean passes, and most importantly, more clean shots. That's what's got the leftovers back in this series. Tylacto just gonna get outplayed there by Snaski. Siki to drop it for Maestro. Continuum, that's the 2nd time we've seen Continuum get a solid clear right before being demolished.
The sacrifice.
It must be made.
What a selfless man.
Flame to put it into the corner. He's got Continuum directly in support into the box. Can Tylacto be there? No, it's just too far away, and Maestro will get the clear away. And this one, another one down the field just wide of the net. Continuum will get it off of the first player, but Snaski's there. The read game and the second touch in particular, the second touch game has been very strong for the leftovers. And AERIALITY really has had their hands full here on the defense, struggling to get this ball out of their own half and create meaningful shots on offense.
Look at shots again, only 3 for AERIALITY, and this time 7 for the leftovers. They seem to be trying to turn it around. Oh, Siki with the sealing shot. Oh,
Actually just misses contact. That's what I look like when I go for sealing shots.
You get that close? I don't.
Shut up.
I
I like to the corner.
I was going to insult myself right after. Just be patient with me.
It's okay. I can dream, Harold. Maestro with a shot in net. Oh my goodness. There's that accuracy we're talking about. Finally really showing up for this team.
They're sick of it. They're sick of maybe losing, and they don't want to do it this time. But there again, just keep it off that back wall. Siki just pushing it towards the middle, and it gives Maestro a nice opportunity. Granted, most players would probably miss that. That is a very tough shot, but it still gave him the chance to take it, and Maestro succeeded.
Continuing down the field, 1:33 left to go. And it's looking more and more like we're going to see Game 5 between the leftovers and AERIALITY. After getting out to the 2-0 lead, AERIALITY suddenly finds themselves with their backs against the wall, down 3 in Game 4. And Maestro encroaching on the door. Can they find? They haven't been able to find a goal at all this series. And as you said, the shots have been sparse too. Flame to move it downfield. Final minute of gameplay. Can they get 3 in a minute, Carpet?
No, probably not.
It's only been done a few times in RLCS. Continue with the Tylacto.
Not that I don't think they're not capable, but just the style that both these teams have been playing are not really conducive for getting quick consecutive goals.
They're not playing the super, no, this isn't like NRG aggression where literally anything can happen at any time. Woo, the double whip, that was pretty. Just flying on past Flame to set this one out. Tylacto looking at it. They've been leaving Tylacto in a shooting position, and we've seen him, especially in games 1 and 2, scoring some pretty excellent goals with quick reads. But of late, he's been very timid. I think he's scared of dropping that game. He's getting this close. And he just backs off instead, kind of puts himself in this no man's land where nobody's able to really play. And with 10 seconds left, 3 goals isn't going to happen, even if Flame's able to score here. It will be the leftovers. They took game 3. They'll take game 4. And game 5 inbound, Carpet. Oh my goodness.
They seem much, much more awake now. 10 shots for the leftovers and 6 for their opponents.
Could it be that the leftovers just wanted to give us the entertainment we've been waiting for all day?
Nope, there's no way they'd risk that.
They said, we haven't had a game 5 all day, guys. You know, how about we drop games 1 and 2? And I guess let's just reverse sweep AERIALITY, you know?
And I don't remember exactly, other than, so 2 of the 3 goals in this game were assisted. And I think almost all the games this series have at least had an assist on, aside from like the Sicky dribble. I can't recall.
Maybe.
I don't remember what all the stats were. But those clearly are the ones that are making it in. I mean, it's not like they're doing like 3 or 4 passes to the middle, just 1 pass to the middle.
Yeah.
And then it goes in.
Yeah.
Like that's what's happened in the last 3 times we've seen that happen for both teams. Just 1 pass to the middle, and it's going in because I think maybe they're just conditioning each other. Like, you're going to put it to the corner. Oh, no, not this time? Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The quick 1-2 passes are definitely very in meta right now, as they are very, very difficult to block, as you're watching the one player and you can easily forget about the second player or something like that. And also the fact that when you're playing up the midfield with 2 people, if you can make the quick 1-2 pass like that, and even when you're on the side still, you have the option of shooting yourself or passing, and it's just difficult for to read. And if you can make that shot immediately, so difficult for a defender to deal with. And right now, the leftovers have found a way through what was quite a staunch defense of AERIALITY in games 1 and 2. And game 5, we've been talking about it all weekend long. Can they finally do it here? Can the leftovers get the reverse sweep? Oh, that would be quite a way to end the day.
They seem to be ramping. AERIALITY beat them in shots, I believe, in the first 3, maybe even 4 games. But that last one, finally, it seemed that the leftovers were able to come on top of shots on net. So have they ramped up? And it's going to be a bigger slaughter this game. Who knows?
Tylacto looking for continuum, but Sicky's there. And Flame will put it back. Tylacto misses in the mid, or on the side, and will end up in mid. A small pass from Meister towards Sicky. Over the top, but he'll leave it for Snasky. 3 players in the corner here for AERIALITY. They'll space out. Tylacto continuum, though, a double commit early on with no follow-up pressure. Looks like nerves might start to be a thing, and communication might be starting to break down a little bit for AERIALITY. Continuum to play it through and onto the corner. This one's in a good spot. Tylacto smartly going for Snasky there, but doesn't make contact now. He's just out of position as Flame and Continuum try to keep this pressure on to drop this one through. Maestro underneath. Can he get it past Flame? Puts it towards the net, and he gets the dunk too. Look at him play. The solo plays from Maestro.
I was horrified when I saw that first dribble out because the continuum was more towards mid. It would have been an easy shot for him, but he's able to get it around 1 and then force continuum into the dunk. He's got to do something about it. We've seen that before here, where you have no options left. You have to hit this, and if they're just forcing you into the dunk anyways, and that is leftovers up. First goal in the first minute.
Really difficult dunk as well. You notice he barely got off the ground, barely tapping his jump button. How hard you depress the jump button does actually determine how high you go on your jump. And that one, he just barely touches, so he barely gets off the ground, just enough to block all the shots. And they'll have the lead here. The leftovers have the goal they need to make the epic comeback possible. Tylacto's shot, almost from my angle, looked like it was an own goal. It goes wide. And Continuum will carry this one through the air. Got some support. Tylacto just blocks him, kind of. I think that was not what he was meaning to do. Now Flame to try and keep this pressure on. Continuum will drop it across the net. Maestro goes up, but does not make contact. And a bump on Sicky. This is a decent setup here for AERIALITY. Flame up and in the air, but Maestro blocks it away. Tylacto keep it in the corner, and they're keeping this siege on, but now Snasky. The one thing Snasky, as much as he's been struggling sometimes with the accuracy, can Tylacto do this? What? Pass to Sicky was airborne, but Tylacto was able to pop it past him.
I don't know what they expected from him. This was pretty conventional how he went for it. Sicky, I think, went up a little bit too forward, a little too much forward momentum, but he was scared for maybe either the fake air dribble or the drop at potential. So he tried to go up to pinch it up probably towards the ceiling so his ally or teammate can come and try and clear that out, but a little bit too late, and they'll be punished. It's a tie game.
The one thing I was going to say before that goal was though Snasky has been struggling in the shooting department and has figured it out here in games 3 and 4. The one thing he's been consistent of all day and all series has been the clear game. His clears have been on point, always to an empty space, buying a lot of time for his team. Usually very good at shutting down offensive sieges here. Sicky will wrap this one around, and Snasky goes for midfield boost. Falls back, but Maestro did not move up, and then he bumps Maestro. This is a good opportunity if AERIALITY can get more players downfield. A demolition of Maestro will keep that pressure moving forward, but then the lack of competition for Sicky moves it a bit farther out from the net. Flame with a shot towards goal. It goes in. 2 players right there. They kept the pressure on. It looked like it would be properly defended, but Flame finds a way through.
That's the second goal for AERIALITY where they just see us. Look at how that is threading the needle if I've ever seen it. That was perfectly across, like against the post nearly. I'm surprised it didn't make contact. Right before both leftover defenders could get there, they're now up a goal. Are AERIALITY going to steal this RLCS spot from the team everyone thought it would go to?
It would be quite appropriate, I feel like, given the fact that we called a reverse sweep. The Flame to drop this one up into the midfield. 2:10 left to go. And leftovers find themselves at a deficit once more. The 2 games they won, they scored first and then kept the lead. This is the first time they will have to win from being behind. Snasky over to the side. Continuum going to try and play this one off the wall. Sicky's there, drops down. Snasky with an opportunity to boom it downfield towards the net. Tylacto to the corner with Flame in support. They get a bit tangled up, but Maestro doesn't make contact, so the ball does not go anywhere near the box. Now Sicky and Maestro looking for each other. Into the middle, Snasky's airborne. It goes past all the way into an empty backfield. Maestro, or Sicky rather, on the quick rotation back. Pops it over Flame. Holds on the ball control, pops it over Continuum as well. Look at him popping it over one and then maintaining control in front of the net. The 3-player dunk, are you kidding?
One at a time, he reminds them who he is. Tylacto waiting for it, and Sicky just dribbles it right underneath him. And Maestro supporting him as best and as quickly as he can. They will tie this up. Sicky is not ready to lose. He is not ready.
I am such a big fan of wide rotations because of how strong of a defense it gives you, but the one huge weakness of a wide rotation is a super strong dribbler like that. The thing that Sicky does, he pops it over one, but not so strong that he loses ball control, and then they weren't pressuring, so he immediately regains ball control and can just do it over and over again, and then it's just there for Maestro to bulldoze into the goal. We've got a tie game with 1 minute remaining, Carpet.
I have nothing. I have no response.
Sure do, Wave Punk. 1 minute left.
Great impression of me. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the audience had no idea that was just you imitating me.
Oh, man. 45 seconds left. Those first. Oh, Flame puts it towards the net. Does not go in. Oh, it's right there. Sicky gets it away.
No way.
Plays it down the field. Flame is there. The ball. We've seen this ball so close to scoring so many times today, and the defense is held and sent it away. 30 seconds remaining. These teams tied up. Next goal qualifies for RLCS. Can you believe it's coming down to the wire like this? AERIALITY shoots. They look for the block on Maestro, but do not find it. And now he's up on the wall. Sicky airborne, descended towards the net. And Continuum blocks it away. The defense has to be perfect here. One mistake drops you to the rival series. As the final countdown happens, does it happen in regulation? Does it happen in overtime? Tylacto shuts it down on the side and will try to play it into the middle. But Maestro plays it across instead of just letting it die. Flame could keep this one alive, but they'll let it touch in the corner. Overtime, game 5. Winner moves into RLCS. This is the ending we were hoping for today.
I'm so happy.
Tylacto off the wall. Does not make contact. The pass over towards Maestro. And it's Flame with the block. Snasky up. The 50-50 works out in Continuum's favor and drops to Tylacto. Maestro, the hard read. Airborne early. Snasky looking for the dribble through. We have seen a veritable drought of snazzy things from Snasky today. There's ever been a time, but it's now.
Oh, Continuum. Nearly got that second touch off the ceiling.
Flame to play this one down. Snasky up to midfield. Flame lurks in the back, watching for where this is going to go. He's going to trust Continuum to play that one off the crossbar. Now Flame right on top of Snasky. Limit his ability for what he can do with it. Now the setup out to Continuum onto the backboard. Nobody's airborne right now. Maestro will take this one, flick it over the top of Tylacto. He's got Snasky support across the field, but gets demolished. Sicky moves in, and Snasky also moves in. That's 2 players into the corner. It's just Maestro in the back. Flame can make the 1v1 of the century, but Maestro blocks it away, keeps it alive. Oh my goodness, first minute of overtime comes and goes. Who makes it into RLCS?
My heart can't take any of this.
Continuum onto the side. Snasky on the wall with him. This wraps around nice and pretty. Tylacto could drop it through, but he doesn't make contact.
Nice recovery, though. Already retreating back.
Maestro down the field. Continuum from the wall. Tylacto's in net. Maestro into the corner. Snasky's airborne, looking for the block. Gets it. Sicky has not been a part of the play for a while. He'll keep it in this corner, but it's not moving very far. That's 2 players out. It's just Snasky in the back, and he gets the block back into the corner. But this pressure from AERIALITY, they're completely boost-starving them away. They're going to get it again there in the corner. Right in front, Flame can drop it down, but Sicky just moves it over to the side, says, nope, we're going to stay on the wall.
Let him dribble.
Can he do it? The 50-50 with Tylacto. He learned his lesson last time. Didn't allow him to get the flick game going. 2 minutes of overtime gone now.
Leftover stepping on each other's toes here and there, but they seem to have figured it out.
Worked
out the kinks. A missed defensive touch.
Continuum down the field. Snasky in the back. He slows it down. Tylacto could win this, but Snasky will take it. Now Tylacto looking for goalies, and then Maestro and Sicky get tangled up. Continuum can't score. Now Sicky down. Flame into the corner. Continuum just goes for it, going all the way. Doesn't make contact, but it goes past.
Can't handle this.
You know they can't either. These guys, one mistake means the difference for months.
Maestro alone on defense again.
Snasky rotates back. There's a nice setup. He'll get the clear away down the field. Continuum fell back quickly, and he'll be able to play it to the side. But Maestro and Sicky coming in quickly. The demolitions on the Maestro have been saving AERIALITY time and time again here.
They really relieve a lot of pressure for them, especially when a counterattack is barreling down on them.
Super wide rotation right now for AERIALITY. They're very spaced out, and that is not a good clear from Continuum. He'll play it to the side on the second touch, but Flame went up. So scared of that mistake being the one that costs them their berth into the RLCS. This drops through, and Continuum saves it away. It's so close, Carpet.
And now both teams seeming more alive than ever, really dedicating for a lot of these shots and just really concentrating so hard to not make any defensive mistakes. We see both teams so close to double dedicating, but they're able to recover just in time.
Continuum into the corner, Flame underneath. They'll move it down, Tylacto in the back. He's alone in this corner. He misses the touch.
Oh,
Maestro
no.
playing this so slow, trying to bait and continue. He does it, but that gives Flame and Tylacto time to get back to net. The shot to the goal. Tylacto sends it away. They stay alive, and now looking for the counterattack down the field. Snasky plays it over towards Sicky. He'll turn quickly and move into the one roll. The demolition on a Snasky relieves some pressure. These guys playing such good Rocket League right now with 4 minutes of overtime. They've nearly given us a 6th game.
And the retreat defense from AERIALITY, all these retreating demolitions have really relieved so much pressure from them. Really smart.
Snasky to Sicky. Maestro at mid. Moves over the side, 2 in 1 place, but he gets it past Continuum. And it's just Tylacto in the back. Does not make contact. Flame has to clear this one away.
Wave, I'm actually shaking.
I don't know what's about to happen. That's the crazy part. Snasky over towards Maestro. So we've hit 4 minutes and 30 seconds of overtime. Flame to move it down. Waltzing through the air, just does not find contact. Sicky now with ball control. The pinch with Tylacto going across. And Maestro setting up Snasky, goes airborne, looks for the shot, finds it in the corner. No, it's not there. Sicky can still drop it. Tylacto steals it, sends it away over and over just when it looks like they found a way through. And now the 2v1. Tylacto and Continuum, the shot downfield. Sicky is there, and it's away. We'll stay it. We've hit the 5 minutes of overtime. Oh my goodness.
Effectively game 6 starting right now.
This is game 7 starting. We just completed game 6.
You're right.
Oh my goodness. So much Rocket League. The record of overtime, I believe, is 7 minutes and 13 seconds or 31 seconds. I get that number mixed up. It's 7 minutes and 17 seconds, I'm being told. I was completely wrong on the 3.
Would not be surprised.
They can make it. Maestro in the corner here. Continuum, the ball loose in front of the net, but Sicky's there. Tylacto not wanting to commit. Maestro down and around. Sicky in support. He gets it past. Sicky's there, but he misses. Continuum fakes him out. Maestro takes another shot, and Sicky sets it up.
Oh, no!
It's past Nasty.
Tylacto
Tylacto makes the touch. It goes through. He wins. Oh, my goodness. AERIALITY in 5 minutes and 49 seconds of overtime. Oh, six and a half games of Rocket League.
Keeping their composure just long enough. Sicky trying to touch that back to Snasky, who was just a bit closer than Sicky had expected. Who knows whose fault that could have potentially been? Should Snasky have been further back? Should Sicky not have hit it back to his teammate? But after 6-minute overtime, AERIALITY are going to put themselves into the RLCS, the leftovers, into the rival series.
The leftovers.
What a series.
They have to play this season and get into the top 2 and then win a relegation against the teams that have qualified today to make it into RLCS for next season.
Quinn just stepped in the room and I just see this from him, like,
yeah, he's got like surrender cobra. He's like, you cannot believe what just happened here. These guys, AERIALITY, what a show. The upset nobody anticipated. We've had a few of them today, but this one takes the cake here, shutting down the reverse sweep of the leftovers. You cursed them, by the way.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
I'm making it a thing now because my house burned down. Guys, it's been a great weekend of Rocket League here. I can't believe how much fun this was. AERIALITY, what a show. I just want to hear what James has got to say. Over to the desk.
Thank you, Wavepunk and Finable Carpet. What an epic match to round things out here in this first weekend of RLCS. The leftovers, not only were they down 0-2, having to bring it back, some poetic justice happening there, right? Bring it to game 5, push it to overtime, and then more than 5 minutes of overtime, AERIALITY finally sinking it in the back of the net, and the leftovers, they're in the rival series, man.
This is exactly what happened in North America with Fibian getting taken out by emotion in the final series of the day, happening again to the leftovers. That game had me on the edge of my seat. I almost didn't want to watch. I almost wanted to just leave and have you text me when it was over. Tylacto was the leftover killer. Yeah. 3 overtimes. Tylacto scored the game-winning goal every single time. The leftovers just could not win in overtime.
Yeah, and you know, when it comes down to games that go in overtime, like you've been there, you know, we've all been there, where the games are just epic and it's amazing, and you can't even describe the feelings there. But then you put into that equation what's at stake with that last game, where if you get a goal there in overtime, again, I'm echoing what we said yesterday more or less, if you get that goal in overtime, guess what? You're in RLCS. You're guaranteed that spot in league play. Ambitions toward the World Championships. If you don't hit that goal, like leftovers, what they were not able to do, now they're in the rival series. They have to go through a season in the rival series and then hope to make it into RLCS next season. So huge kudos to AERIALITY going up 2-0. And there was a moment where, are they going to succumb to the reverse sweep that we've seen from the leftovers? Are they going to succumb to that? No, they stood up in overtime, and they get their spot in RLCS. What an epic match there. Let's take a look at the Mobile One High Performance replay and go over this one more time. Leftovers almost able to make the comeback happen, but AERIALITY gets your last spot into league play for the European region.
A tale of 2 different series. We see AERIALITY win both overtimes, and again, with 2 rookies on the team and continue not playing since season 1, you expect that the leftovers in clutch situations would get the win. They lose both overtimes. They lose the game 5 overtime. And what was it, like 6 minutes of overtime?
Yeah, it was insane. It was almost 6 minutes. 5 minutes and 49 seconds. And again, look, Tylacto. That pass there, though, was an incredible pass from Continuum. And all these guys, their wins were just by the narrowest of margins. Every game they won, just a single game. And all their wins were overtime wins.
Yeah, Flame,
every single win, overtime.
Yeah, Flame with the shot location there to squeeze it into that near post. Games 3 and 4, it looked like it was over. It seemed like leftovers, they found what they were missing and they were going to control game 5, but that did not happen. Tylacto, after Maestro made 2 brilliant passes, and then Sicky just 1 poor touch, Tylacto steals the ball from Snasky, and no one can get back in time. And Tylacto gets the goal, the 3rd overtime goal for him. And how far have the leftovers fallen? They try to pick up Hondex. They drop Ferrer. He's in the RLCS. They pick up Hondex. He's in the RLCS. They pick up a world champion Maestro. Like, he didn't play on the team, but he goes from world championship to not even in the RLCS. So all 3 of these players must be feeling so down. But at least they're in the rival series. They will have a chance in the next season. And they have to be favorites going into that series.
But again, though, congratulations to AERIALITY. They had a will of steel to get through all of those overtime games. And then in that final overtime, 5 minutes and 49 seconds of knowing that if you let a goal in, your RLCS hopes are over. So to see both of those teams give us that show in the final game, And it was quality Rocket League, too.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't,
for
like,
sure.
poor gameplay. It was high-level
like-
Rocket League and shots coming in on net,
Yeah.
save after save. It was a blast to watch. And AERIALITY, man, you can't get into the league with much more style than that.
Yeah, and there's certainly moments where I felt like the game slowed down in overtime. Like everyone kind of understanding on that pitch what's at stake. But at the same time, everyone's staying super fast. I don't know. It's a weird little paradox happening there.
slowed.
Yeah. But ultimately, AERIALITY, and again, Leftovers had so many awesome plays there at the end. Sicky's, triple dribble past the entire AERIALITY team to get that goal. I think that was the equalize in that final game. That was amazing. So all these plays coming out of nowhere from all those players, just a phenomenal Rocket League game. That's one of those games, if people are trying to get into Rocket League, maybe you show them that one. Maybe that's the game you show. But
I don't know if you start them out with that.
maybe that's a little too much. No, that's
We're
a good
talking
point.
about, like, servings of medication. That's like giving them the whole bottle
And then
of NyQuil.
everything after that is just disappointment. They're like, I thought every series was going to be.
Well,
like
hey, Gibbs, guess what? RLCS just started this season. So we've only just begun with these epic matches. Let's take a look at the list of teams who have qualified for league play for the RLCS European Region Season 4. Envious, Flipside Tactics, they got their spots from their performance in last season. Gaining their spots today, Excel, Gale Force Esports, Frontline, Mocket, Method, and AERIALITY barely edging out the Leftovers to be that 8th team.
And once again, we almost had the top 6 teams that came into today make it until the final match where the Leftovers, as the 5 seed, they drop out. And that's going to be disappointing for them. They have to come in 4th in the World Championships.
Absolutely. You said it, Gibbs.
Yeah, and congrats to all these teams. And let's take a look at the next 8 on the list here who are qualified for the Rocket League Rival Series for Europe. Endpoints, E-Hawkers, the Juicy Kids, Inspiration, Boot Gang, Supersonic Avengers, Soul Gaming, and the Leftovers. For me, special shout out to Soul Gaming. They dropped all the way down to lower bracket round 1, but made a stupid, insane run to emerge into the Rival Series. And of course, there you see the Leftovers just barely, again, not getting that spot in RLCS.
And here we see a lot of very low seeds. Like E-Hawkers was the 43rd seed. I don't even think I have Bonkang on our list. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they were
they're
14th
pretty up
seed.
there.
My apologies. But E-Hawkers 43 seed, and they make it into that final 16 team. So hats off to them for proving everyone wrong, especially Cloud.
Yeah, and then also to note, Doomsy not on the list, but his teammate Lamp from rocking the old Supersonic Avengers tag team name, he did make it in, so it's good to see some old faces in the RLRS.
These matches will all be on Friday, so look out for that from the Rival Series. This brings us to news from the OCE region. Of course, we have North America, Europe, and OCE. These are your teams who are going to be involved in league play for the OCE region. Chiefs, Jam Gaming, Pale Horse Legacy, Cilia, Avant, Conspiracilla, and Noise isn't toxic.
He might.
I don't know.
He might be. I'm not sure.
might be.
I don't know them
And
too
also,
well.
just to note, Chiefs up there, you don't see Alpha Sydney, don't panic. Chiefs, that is Alpha Sydney.
Yep.
Yes, they auto-qualified in as well as Jam. And again, 2 of these teams we will see at the World Championship, and they'll be trying to make some waves once again.
Yeah, look out for that. And finally, the last order of business here on the show is to nominate / announce our Player of the Week for the European region. Yesterday, it was Sad Jr. for the North American region. Today, it is the newcomer, Bluey. Congratulations, Bluey. Of course, Bluey on Team Frontline, able to take down Leftovers with a 3-0 sweep in their first match of the day to emerge into the RLCS. Bluey, one of the youngest players in the game right now, able to effectively lead his team to total victory there over the Leftovers earlier today.
And honestly, I just want to watch his highlights because they were just top plays all over the place from him. And he was that offensive spark for Frontline. And he's one of the 3 rookies
This
now
shot,
for
ooh.
Europe. Like, look at that angle and the placement of the shot. Bluey was just on fire. We don't expect this every week, but who knows? This was the same thing Season 2 with Devo. He showed up in qualifiers, and everyone started talking about him. This might be a very similar case for Bluey, where he could run away with the MVP if Frontline goes really far with him.
And absolutely, and he proved this weekend that he's fine under pressure. And in fact, he excels under pressure. Those shots, you don't normally see a lot of players go for shots like that. I think it was Carpet who was casting somebody, but they were saying, I cannot believe he even went for that shot at that angle. You don't do that, not in the RLCS. And Bluey, 100% comfortable going for it and actually hitting them. So I'm excited to see him in league play.
And this is only his 2nd season in the RLCS. He just turned 15 I guess, earlier this year or maybe just last year. So this is only his second season. He qualifies here for the championship series. He's got a lot of years to come for him. He used to play with Scrub Killer way back too, and they used to dominate like Flipside and stuff. So we have Bluey in. We're waiting on Scrub Killer. We got one more year for him. So the young guns are starting to come up.
You never know what talent will emerge, especially from these open brackets. But we've done it, guys. We did it. We have our 8 teams in league play for North America. We have our 8 teams in league play for Europe, as well as for the rival series as well. Congrats to all teams involved with the RLCS. Guys, before we head off, any final words?
That was one way to end today. We had a lot of sweeps. It was Sweep Sunday, so not too exciting until that very last series. North America was the opposite. First series, very exciting. It's just, I'm really happy for all the teams that made it, and obviously really sad for all the ones that didn't. But that's just the way it is, you know? We can only have so many players in this, and I can't wait to see these guys in league play.
Yeah, and don't forget, tune in on Fridays now. We have a new broadcast, the Rocket League Rival Series, and that will be every Friday, so you're not going to want to miss that Europe and North America action. There's really good teams in that league, so follow them. It'll be exciting once the promotion relegation tournament comes along.
Do we know the time on that?
11
a.m.
I believe it's 11 a.m. for
Pacific.
Europe. Pacific time.
Pacific time.
And 5 p.m. Pacific.
So
for North
both Europe and North America rival series will be on Friday.
Correct.
11 a.m. Pacific and 5.
Correct.
Pacific. So there you go. Write that down. And we have a few other days to look out for. There's a lot of Rocket
Unless
League.
we're wrong, and then we'll just tell you on
Yeah,
Twitter.
we'll figure it out. So, guys, twitch.tv/Rocket League. That's the easy part. You can just keep the stream on all the time. We have RLCS Overtime Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. We have the Rival Series Fridays at 11 and 5 Pacific. We have North America on Saturdays from here on out, ladies and gents. That's going to start at noon Pacific for North America. And then on Sundays, we have Europe League play happening at 9 a.m. Pacific. So write it all down.
I have it in my PDA.
There you go. That's 4 days out of the week where we have Rocket League here at twitch.tv/Rocket League. Not just Rocket League, it's the best players and teams in the world. As the story unfolds here in Season 4, we've only just begun. Who's going to emerge World Championship at the end of the season? Who's better, North America or Europe? A lot of questions we have going into this season, and a lot of these questions are going to start being answered next week. As League play begins, thank you so much all for watching. That's going to wrap it up this weekend. Congrats to all the teams who emerged victorious in this season of RLCS, emerging into League play. That's going to do it for this broadcast. We'll see you next weekend.